Hello, happy Sunday. I really thought I was going to have to cancel this. Um, it all worked out fine. We have a big project going on outside that's all done now. I was working on it, hubby was working on it, and we finally got it done. It was like things that had to be done before the rain comes next week. Believe it or not, we're on the path for Ida to come through here starting like Tuesday, and I feel very, 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 very sorry and am praying for the people that are down there in New Orleans right now. They're going to get the brunt. We won't have that. But this is way up the Mississippi River. We are, on the Ohio River, and there's just like, shouldn't be hurricanes here. So I don't know what's going on when this happens, but here's the really, really freaky thing. I did not get a chance to Google it, but there was another hurricane with an I name called Ike that actually did the exact same thing and hit here, and I was home, and I'm here to tell you I do count it as a hurricane. You know, it's still that category 1. It just is barely a category 1. They didn't downgrade it to a tropical storm. And the difference I could tell was it wasn't just rain. It was constant wind. Not super, super bad wind, but constant, where you think something's going to break if this wind doesn't stop pretty soon, kind of thing. High enough to be a concern. So I have been through one hurricane in my life. I've been through any number of earthquakes because I lived in California, but we actually have had two earthquakes here, very small, but I could feel them at this place. Tornadoes, not directly, but all around me. I live in a tornado area. Okay, so it is always a concern. This is why I talk about the weather a lot, because the it's always a daily topic. Hi, Dan. You're saying the follow needs to be banned and blocked. Okay, I noticed this is the third time I've gotten it, and I am going to do that. I was going to look them up, and I didn't get around to it today. I had a feeling it was a concern because this is the third one I've seen with as soon as I'm on streaming, it pops on. So evidently it's an Autobot of some sort that is picked me up, and I don't know what they plan for that, but I hope I can catch it. Thank you, Dan. One of the things that's really a problem is it used to be when you actually banned the that a person in the chat like that, you got a form to fill out and send to Twitch. They're no longer doing that. I don't think they're really doing anything about these accounts anymore. I think that they're just letting people who are streaming deal with banning them and that sort of thing now. I don't think they're trying to clean them up. I may be wrong, but I'm a little discouraged to see that the form went away. So anyway, I am doing good. I was talking about the weather because right now it's fine, but next Tuesday there's a possibility that the hurricane that is down there at New Orleans right now will come up here. I don't know if it'll get declassified or if it will still be counted as a hurricane. They're never over a 1 if they are. They're serious but not bad, right? They're not damaging usually. And we're keeping our eye on it. But there was stuff we needed to take care of outside. And, I'm not going to take the chance of not being able to get that done. So I have been working my butt off this morning, and I'm tired. It's the way I am right now. But we got it done, and if it rains if it rains after tonight, everything's cool. Everything's cool. Yeah. So the person is the hate rate issue that's going on, and I'm glad I don't know about it. I'm so sorry that people have to be mean. You know, it's just like being back in high school, isn't it? It's just like being back in high school. But other than that, everything is going pretty good. It's just been a fun, busy week. Fun, busy week. And last night was the most fun. The state fair has been going on, and we went twice. We went last Tuesday, and that was crowded because it was senior day. And so, us seniors, we like our bargain. You get in free when we're over 55 on senior day. So it was crowded, it was hot, and we did stay for they always have a free concert, and there's usually two or three acts, singers in the concert, and there's always the headliner at the end. Well, we stayed for the lead-in act, the lead-in music, who was local to a group that has. They're called the Monarchs, and they're known, but they started in this area, and that was good. Except for the fact that it was crowded, that was good. But then we went last night to hear a group that is also from Kentucky and is one that hubby and I really like, and their name is Exile. And they played. This is like their 60th year to be playing together. Not the same people, obviously. That doesn't work that way. It's the group's name, right? But the same music. And there's, I don't know, there's just songs that have been songs that hubby and I have liked over the years, and it's so good to go see them. I think this is the third time we've seen them in concert. So that was last night. It was a lot of fun. Really had a good, cooler weather, not as crowded. The fair's over tomorrow, or tonight. Tonight's the last night. And tomorrow I go and pick up my yarn that I put in it. So, there goes another fair. I always think I'm going to get to go whole bunches of times, and I always end up going once or twice. And that's all my news. I'm going to do a few things here on stream. I've got a skein to make of the yarn that I had been, of the singles that I plied that I have been doing on the Roberta. I want to skein that up. And after I do that, then I'm going to do some spinning on the nano of some silk. So, Dan, I am sorry to hear you're just so. Meh is such a word. Isn't that a description word? I mean, it sounds like you feel. And it's some extreme anxiety, but took some as needed meds, so hopefully they will help. I hope so too. And I appreciate you stopping by. We'll chat as much as you want. Now that I'm through yakking about my last couple days, let me put this on here. I am going to beg a little bit of quiet here in a minute. I'm going to count. So I get an estimate of yardage on this, okay? So let me turn the music up just a little bit. That won't bother me. Might help you give something to listen to for a moment. It'll take me more than a moment. And it's very hard for me to get this on camera. I have tried to figure out various and sundry ways to do it, and it's just too big. I just really can't get it on there. I think if I do it like this, maybe. Nope, even that. I'm going to end up hitting the camera. Alright, sorry about that. It just doesn't fit on camera well. It's too big. Alright, so that's 4. Oh, sorry about that. That was a loud rattle. I'm almost done here. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 7, 8, 9, close enough. 150. We're gonna call it 150. It's probably a yard over, but all right. 150 wraps of 2 yards is 300 yards. Now this is an estimate, of course. That's all it is. This is what I've been spinning on the Roberta the last couple streams. It is 50% acrylic, polyamide, a certain percent, and 10% wool. It's from Hobby Lobby. They think it's a fiber that people are going to knit with. It's called Yarn Bee. Bee as in bumblebee. And I had plied the multicolored with a pink, solid pink. So I have a real pretty barber pole. And hello, Carowin's mom, welcome. One of the things I don't like about the 2 yard is, okay, you end up with your, see, they're on opposite. You can't tie them together. Yeah, I don't like that part of it. So I do just a round it loop like this, but it's not the best. I like tying my ends together. And of course I do other ties with crochet cotton. Like this. Just standard white crochet cotton, thin. I'm done counting now. We can talk. I hate doing that on stream, but man, I am so far behind on. I just have not had time to do any fiber work this week unless I did it on the stream. We went to the fair Tuesday. We went to get our car an oil change and got to talking about getting a bigger car. We ended up buying the car on Friday. We went to the fair again on Saturday. Oh my goodness, it's just been a busy week. And tomorrow I have to go back to the fairgrounds and pick up my skeins of yarn. Tuesday, we're got to go back to the dealer to get our class on how the car works. This is a freebie thing, but there are some questions we have, so we're going to go do it. And Wednesday we have another appointment. Hubby and I have another appointment. I just want to stay home. Anyway, you frequently tie with leftover bits of yarn, often sock yarn. Yeah, I know. This is so nice to have that ball of crochet cotton right there where I do most of my work anyway. So if I'm trying to make a pretty skein, I'll use hand spun yarn. All the same thing that kind of goes with the skein. I did that for the skeins I took into the fair for judging. But, you know, when it's just standard, something I'm going to throw in, wash and everything. Oh, I got to make my label. I need a label. That camera color isn't the best, but it's blue. It's blue, pink, and little bits of greens and yellows in there. And I just turned my head away from the mic, sorry. It's blues and pinks mostly. The multi was various blues, greens, and yellows, and then the second ply was pink, right? You can hardly see the pink. It's a very, very light, I call it bubblegum pink. You know, it's not vivid, but it's very light. I really like it. And it's super, super soft. Really, really soft. Don't know how it's going to wash up. That's the one thing I have to test yet before I make anything with it. I have a small skein left over that I like even better. This is the multi that is plied on itself. Right, not the pink. There's no pink there. So you can see the difference. You can see the difference between the two. I like this a lot better. I may just do that, but then I don't know what I'm going to do with bubblegum pink yarn if I make it. I guess it's perfect for something for a little girl. Yeah, do you, Carolyn's? I'll tell you what, I do too. It's for me, in other words. This here, it just isn't something I'd wear. Not that I probably wouldn't mind gifting it, you know. Alright, so this is Yarn B. And the only reason I want to go ahead and get this finished up is I am trying to do the last of my totals for Stash Dash. It does go to August 31st, doesn't it? I think. And I wanted to include this. So that's whatever kilometers 300 yards is. Done. Oh, how fun. Everybody's starting their sweaters. Fall's coming, isn't it? I gotta get resituated here. Hang on. I was trying to get the nitty knotty in the camera, but that just didn't work at all. So I'm going to be spinning. I hope to finish the last of this silk. This is 100% mulberry silk. It is dyed by a dyer who no longer is in business, called Natural Obsessions. She had wonderful, wonderful luck dyeing silks and bamboos, and didn't focus too much on wools. I really liked her. Unfortunately, the orange is definitely coming off. It's definitely coming off on my fingers, so it's going to bleed when I do wash it, and probably some of this variegated gold and everything's going to go away. It's going to maybe it won't stick. Maybe it'll just bleed off and not stick on it. I'm going to turn the music down now. I had it up a little bit while I was, just to keep people something to listen to while I was counting. Is a sweater for you? Is it cardigan or pullover? Are you using hand-spun yarn? Commercial yarn in a cardigan. Sure, I'd love to see it. I'm always interested in, especially sweater patterns. It's been a long time since I've knit a sweater. The last one I knit was for my hubby, and he wasn't real fond of it. I did use commercial yarn. It was wool, and it wasn't real soft. It was true Aran wool. So I said, okay. And I had it on this last winter, and he said, "You're wearing my sweater." I said, "Yeah, we're going to talk about that." You don't seem to be interested in it, so I'm wearing it. Dan says, random fact about winter scarves. The average winter scarf is 6 inches wide and 60 inches long. That's what everybody feels is the right width to go around your neck. I can see that. That sounds exactly right. And I'm not fond of a real short scarf. 60 inches long is 5 foot. That's a couple, excuse me, that's a couple wraps around. I have been outside since 10 o'clock this morning, and I'm a little allergy loaded, for a lack of a better word. Kind of congested. I'm not congested, but I'm kind of feel like I want to cough some of those allergens out. They have allergies where I live here is just always a bad, but I'm not prone to it. I don't really usually suffer from it, but I will have with extended exposure, I'll have a little period of my lungs being unhappy. My daughter, on the other hand, who has lived in this area, not all her life, but most of it, has allergies connected with asthma on top of it. I mean, she unfortunately got the worst
of it. If I get this bobbin finished, I am going to do a ply tomorrow because I have a bobbin finished already. And I'll get to count that and also. So I am really motivated. Plus, I am ready to start spinning on something other than my electric. I believe my knees are ready. I stressed them and used them too quickly during the Tour de Fleece after my surgery and paid for it with some muscle pain. But I have been doing, ever since we went to Florida for the 2 weeks, and I don't think it had anything to do with going to Florida, and I really think it's just the matter of that 2 weeks kept me from overdoing here at home. I wasn't doing the same thing right down in Florida, so it kept me from overdoing here at home, and that gave my knees a little more healing time. And ever since we got back, I no longer am walking with a cane. I can walk outside on the grass and ground and everything without a cane or walking stick. That was a real problem, even right before we went to Florida. But I am so excited because I'm starting to feel normal again. I mean, I haven't felt normal for years, and I'm starting to feel really, really good. And it's just awesome. Guys, it's just awesome. But I'm ready to see if I can start using my Aura and treadle again because I haven't had a project on that. Well, I did during the Tour de Fleece. I shouldn't have, but I did. Oh, I used to drink chicken bouillon all the time when I was young and in college, and I wanted a cup of something hot, and I wasn't a caffeine drinker as much then, and I used to drink a lot of chicken bouillon. Exactly what you're talking about. Got a teapot and a cube of bouillon. But I found out how much salt was in it, and I've sort of... Oh, well, I've lost my taste for it, but I also sort of know I don't want to do it anymore. Being on blood pressure meds, probably not a good idea to be salt loading.
It's satisfying though, isn't it?
And you're hot? It's hot and feels good in your stomach. Sorry you missed a meal. You know what? I'm right there with you. If my stomach growls, I missed lunch today. I had breakfast, but I didn't get around to lunch before I streamed, so I'll have an early supper. It's all ready. It's just chicken salad and fresh corn on the cob. I am in the process of trying a new to me recipe, and the recipe itself is called a Cuban Quesadilla, which, if you know what a quesadilla is, it's a tortilla with something in it, usually cheesy, maybe some meat and sauce and lettuce and all that, but you flat grill them like a grilled cheese, only use the tortilla, flour tortilla, fold it in half with cheese inside. That's your basic quesadilla. Well, this one's called a Cuban Quesadilla, and one of the things that caught my eye was it used mushrooms, and I love mushrooms. So I didn't really pay much attention. I just looked at the ingredients and bought what I was supposed to buy for the ingredients. Well, then when I started thinking, oh, I'll make that, I started reading the recipe, and the first thing he had to do was I'm using your standard button mushrooms. Okay, I forget what those are called. It starts with a C. Anyway, I'm just using the standard button mushrooms. And you take the stems out, and so you have your little caps, right? And you turn them upside down, and you make this seasoning with salt and cayenne. No, cumin. Salt and cumin, and a few other things. And you sprinkle those mushrooms with it, and you stick them in the fridge for 24 hours. That salt mixture pulls the moisture out of them. And then you take the mushrooms and you get rid of all the moisture and put them on a baking sheet with a little olive oil and bake them. Let me tell you, that is so good. I could just eat the mushrooms. But that's just so I could put them in the quesadillas, the Cuban quesadillas, which I think is going to be pretty marvelous too. That's tomorrow's supper. I got the mushrooms done today after having them in the fridge for a day. I just thought maybe you'd be interested in the process. It's not something I've ever done to mushrooms before. You know, salted and let it draw the water out and then bake them. Yeah, cremini. That's right. That's right. And Dan says they missed brunch, so now you have to wait till supper. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I love quesadillas too. I have been to, I've been to a Cuban restaurant once. I think I got the same thing. I think I went twice and I got the same thing both times, which was a sandwich that involved ham. And I mean, it wasn't like I was getting a real spicy meal, which I don't like a spicy meal, so I probably wasn't eating adventurously Cuban food. Don't ask me what else goes in that quesadilla besides cheese and mushrooms. I know there's something else, and I know I had it. It probably is a chopped up fresh tomato, because I have those. And a Mexican cheese mix. Oh, I haven't checked your. Before that link goes away, I want to see this Ravelry pattern. Oh my goodness! Is it called spring plunge? Plumage? Spring plumage? Is that? I mean, that's the pattern I got. That's not a cardigan, that's a shawl. Okay, what's going on here? Yo, that's cool. That's amazing. What kind of yarn? You said it was commercial, but um, is it some kind of special yarn that you have? You decide? I mean, that is just amazing. It's going to take a lot of yarn. What do they? Let's see what they recommend for it. What do they recommend for it? Well, okay, cold, 100% wool. 100% wool DK. Okay.
Well, that's actually
doable with hand spun. I will bookmark that. That's really fun.
it has sleeves.
Oh, it doesn't look like it, but that's smart. It's so big. It needs to, you need to have it corralled so it stays in place. Instead of sliding off your shoulders.
Your spinning's not that
Consistent yet? Yeah. I have run into that a little bit. I'm currently working on a shawl um, that's out of hand spun and hand dyed. And I'm only about half done with it. I can't tell yet on it if it's going to be too big or if it's going to be too small. It looks like it's going to be too small, but then there could be a lot more to add. And the reason it's that way is because the clues were originally a mystery and, were released at different. So the shawl was made in sections. And I think I'm about halfway through. And during that part, the sections went different ways. So it's not real cut and dried to look at it and say, oh, this will fit fine. My spinning is not consistent when I use home prepped fiber. If I buy any kind of already, prepped and dyed roving or top, I can usually get pretty consistent. I run into trouble when I have to deal with things that I bought as a fleece and have either carded or combed. I think I'm going to try and angle this camera a little different. Hang on a minute.
See if I can get my hands in there better. I forgot
There we go. It is so relaxing to spin on this. I don't have to put a death grip on the fiber at all because it's not pulling it. It's such a light pull in. My rubber, I end up, in order to get thin, I end up pinching really hard when I spin worsted. A tight single.
Just using a DK British wool from the clearance section of Webs. When you're plus size, you tend to sales shop for the
Larger quantities of yarn. I gotcha on that. And Webs, yes. Oh, I'm still going the other way. I have an awful lot of older yarn that I did pick up on clearance over the years that I haven't done anything with. I'm working through the sock yarn pretty good with Sock Madness. That's working pretty good. But I still have two. I have very thin lace weight on cones. And I have, the heavier, your typical, not DK, worsted, your typical worsted Afghan weight. What I need to do is make I would love to make a granny square Afghan. Some of them are so pretty. But I always figure if I just use what I have left over, it's going to look funky. I need to make a couple of Afghans. That would chew through my acrylic pretty quick. The lace weight is a nicer fiber. I have some Jagger spun. I have some not pure wool. Oh man, I can't think of it. It's Ecuadorian dyed. Can't think what it is right now. But it's wool. Oh, it's a name that's on the tip of my tongue and I can't say it.
Kerwin's mom says, I'm doing a granny square blanket from leftover sock yarn. And it won't look funny. It'll be memories of my favorite socks.
Very good. Yeah. That's a good idea because I do have little balls that I thought I would just make up little socks to donate, but that never happened. Plus, I always think, oh, maybe I ought to keep it around to darn a sock, I'm a hoarder. Only in the fiber and crafty stuff. Okay, stretch break. And coffee break. I'm having iced coffee. Tastes pretty good. Oh, my back's gonna hurt in the morning from that outside work. I can feel it already. Ooh, I can feel it already.
And my hair is driving me crazy.
Between the humidity and I think I should go ahead and make an appointment and get it cut again. It is just like fluffing out everywhere. I got humidity hair. That's what it is. That's why I spin on the stream. That way I don't have to look at myself in the camera. The other half of this 4 ounces fit, so 2 ounces fit on a bobbin, but I remember questioning whether it would when I was doing the first bobbin. It did though. Yes, you should wash your swatch. Well, you know what? If you never wash the sweater, then there you go. You don't need to. Just sign a little thing that says, I promise I will never wash the sweater. No, I know. It's just always one more thing. Where do you start on that pattern?
Was that a... I'm sure that was a paid pattern, I imagine. Yeah. Well, that's not a bad price. I can't stop looking at it. All the different... Oh, there's a good one. A picture of the sleeves. It's got the feathers in the sleeves. I love it. I love it, when it in that tan color with the kind of muted blues and reds, and I think that's my favorite. Instead of the black with the real bright, and I like the white too. Boy, a lot of people have made it. That black and orange is pretty cool. Wow. That is very flattering for plus size. I mean, it is very flattering. Holy mackerel, there was a lot of pictures on there. I hadn't gone down and looked at them. And you'll never get caught in the rain either. Well, of course not.
I didn't even think of that.
So, my goodness, 72 pages with lots of that being technique instead of actual pattern.
Did you swatch a... well, they just have a square swatch. They don't have you swatch something specific on the pattern, but unless it's really essential for the sizing. When they, that's going to be pretty, a lot of ease room, right? I don't think they're real concerned about it. Yeah, that's a keeper. I like that pattern. And is it back and forth on a big long circular, I would assume? Or is it panels that are sewn? Or maybe you don't know. See, that shawl I'm making right now, it's a basic half circle shape, but they just would go and do a section and then say, now start on the other side and do this, now start on this side, and now start up here. And I mean, it was like you were forever attaching to different parts of the shawl to work on it. I can't remember what the name of that shawl is. I'll have to look in Ravelry.
The green one with the multicolored feathers is beautiful, yeah. I knew you were going to ask. See, that's why I said, I think I'm going to have to go look it up. Because I can't remember the name. I'm not signed into Ravelry. Let me sign in here and... And let me save this as a favorite. There we go. And let me go to... Should be in my projects. It's the British... I'll tell you what. I don't know if you can get... I don't know if you can go to my project page or not. I'm going to give you that link first. I think if you're signed into Ravelry, you can go to the project page. It was a... I don't know if it's actually been named. It was a British
baking show shawl.
Wait a minute here. Here we go. The Great British Baking Shawl. Did that take you to my page where you can see it's partially done?
If not, I'll get the if that link won't work, I'll get the regular page. Good. Cuz you can see how it's still interestingly shaped, right? Cuz we keep going on different areas, and all of those colors are hand spun, hand dyed yarn. Now all of the clues are out. I mean, this is a long ago, not long ago. This was a 2020, maybe 2019 or
project that I started. What's the dates on here? October 29th, 2019 is when I started it.
And I put it aside probably when Sock Madness started, and then just, went to spinning, never got back to it yet. I just was really excited to be knitting with my hand spun yarns, and I think the colors are doing all right. It looked really, I think I had like 21 different colors, maybe 17. Oh, it is rectangle. That's okay. Yeah. Well, it doesn't surprise me because I like the designer. I've done any number of things in the past with mystery shawls, and that's. I think it's Lyrical Knits is the name of her design company, but I like her designs.
Somebody in a previous stream when I was
spinning this said it was jack-o'-lantern orange. It is a bright orange. It's not a bright orange. To me, it's a burnt orange because there's so much gold undertone to it. That brownish yellow.
Oh, that's a new one. I might know her. Raven Knits Designs knit along every summer. Oh, it's a mystery knit along. Either as participant or test knitter, except the year she did the rectangle one.
Yay, go wash that swatch. May your swatch be true. Ooh, that begs to be a knitting bracelet or something. Or a t-shirt. Swatches are lying liars who lie. But it's the best I've got. I know. You do the swatch. It says what it's supposed to be. Or you change your needle. I mean, you do whatever you need to do. And then you knit the pattern and it's not right. Been there, done that. So, as a test knitter, I don't know if you hear me or not. I'll ask later if you don't answer. But as a test knitter, do they require you, um, to report and show what your swatch got, or if you have to make any adjustments because of your swatch? In other words, so they made it out of a DK and from one particular brand, and maybe you're making it out of a DK from another brand, but your swatch is a little different, a little off. I would think they would want to know that as designers. I don't know how I got that on so fast, but it's too fast. Ugh. Okay, while you were gone, I was yakking at you. I realized you probably didn't hear me, so I'm going to say it again. As a test knitter, my question was, does the designer ask you to say what kind of yarn you're using and what your swatch actually did with that yarn? In other words, do designers actually look into the variation of yarns and the possibility of adjusting with needles and that sort of thing, or they don't really care? They're just leaving that up to the knitter. I've never actually test knit anything. I can't get my own knitting done. My goodness, I would never be able to knit something in time for a designer to get their pattern out. They'd be discouraged. Not sure what I'm asking, or the when you test knit something, what are you telling? Are you just basically looking for mistakes in the pattern wordage? Or are you actually telling the designer, look, your pattern isn't going to work with acrylic or something like that?
Depends on the designer. All my test knits have been hats, socks, or shawls, so I generally don't worry too much because I know what size needles to use for them.
Yes, so basically they don't care. They're just checking for pattern errors. Yeah, okay. Shoot. I messed up my speed and then I messed up my silk. I scrunched it. Twisted silk is so hard to undo. In other words, I got too much. I got twist running into too much fiber, so I made a thick spot. That's really hard to undo.
Carowin's mom says that actually reminds me. Raven just dropped a new shawl pattern. I have to have at some point. I should go use my payment for test knitting
To get that shawl pattern. What a fun thing. Yes.
Shariah Don's Design. Is that
Oh, I'll have to write that down.
and why do you say that?
Dan. I mean, obviously she's a They are a knit designer. Um, Somebody that you know, somebody you like, you've knit their things.
You thought it was Sarah Dawn Design. That, okay.
Well, it seems like somebody you both know then. Hey, you can tell I haven't been pursuing new patterns for quite a while now. I'm just plain focused on works in progress and what I got going on and spending all the fiber processing. There's not enough hours in the day.
Sarah Dawn's Designs. Okay. Oh, she's here on Twitch. Oh, oh.
And she streams. There we go. Perfect. That's cool.
All right, I need to write that down. I'd get my spinning done if I didn't keep going back to Ravelry. Alright, so... Oh, hi! Karen's mom, you added me as a friend. Thank you. um... Does... Okay, is it Raven Knits Design or is it Lila Raven Design on Ravelry? You're Raven.
Raven Knit Design. Okay. Yeah, I saw a shawl there on the first hits that I got under Raven. Carousel ride. Cute name. You were working at a carousel when you met hubby. That's a good name for you to, or a good shawl for you to make then, if it's not rectangle. Be right back, Dan. Going to get a snack. Yes, you're fine. Oh, and a circular shawl. Good. Hi, all crafty. Welcome. How are you today? I am still spinning on this pumpkin orange silk, but I should be done this stream, except for plying it. You're still feeling rough? Yeah. Are you in bed or are you just kind of chilling wherever? That's not good. I don't I don't remember when you I think you got sick this week, right, with it, or at least that's what I seem to remember talking about it at Wednesday maybe or Friday night. I don't remember. My days are running into each other. Hubby and I had a really nice time last night. We went later to the fair, not early in the heat of the day, so it was cooler. And all we did was go to the concert. And it was a group we like, which is a lot of fun. And those concerts are free. This Kentucky State Fair is known for its national horse show. And last night was the big final night, the championship and everything. So the the rest of the fairground wasn't very crowded. Everybody that probably was there was at that was related to the horse stuff is involved in that and was in the arena. I have seen some of that. Some you can get in during the preliminary eliminations and trials and all this stuff they do. Anybody can get in and go in and watch. And I have gone and done that. But I've never gone to the championship night and horse farms and there's a lot of money there and they dress up. Men are in tuxes, not the riders. I'm talking about the owners and everything, right? Ladies are in long dresses. It's a glamorous night. That wasn't true for us. We were at a concert in our blue jeans because, yeah, it was just that kind of night. Okay? So you're still right in the middle of getting better, all crafty. I hope it goes quick for you. I mean, we didn't wear most of this time we were out at the state fair. We were outside and we didn't wear masks, but and that was true last night. There was nobody around us where we sat for the concert. They have a huge number of seats and they didn't have that many people there last night. But inside the buildings, it's like going in any store or whatever. They have lots of buildings that you go into for exhibits and stuff. And when we were inside those buildings, we would wear our masks. I've been vaccinated, but I am concerned about getting the Delta, the variant. I'm a little worried about it. So I'm careful. Well, I'm down to 3 dots on my battery. Boy, this little battery has been wonderful. You turn it on and off, so that helps, but it really has been nice. I charged it up first time. Took a long time because it was the first charge, but it sure has been long lasting. Considering when I stream, it's like 2 hours. It's on like 2 hours. I haven't actually used the battery to go, like, because it's portable and all that. I haven't used it for that reason. I just think that uh, it's nicer not having the cord running down to my feet to plug it in. It's one of the things I do have with the Rebirth, and it kind of is in the way. Yeah. Um. Well, I won't say always. I pre-draft for thin worsted yarn, which is where you are making a thin, tight single. But if I'm making a woolen, I tend to not pre-draft as much and feed it out of clumps of roving or pieces of bat that I've carded. But this, I'm definitely pre-drafting. There is a tendency between the electric and silk being so acceptance of twist that the twist will run on down, and if I haven't pre-drafted, it's just I have it all that twist running into a compacted area, and that just makes it the yarn thick. Plus, this has been dyed. It's not really compacted, but it's good to open it up a little bit because it has been dyed. Uh-oh, I got a twist here. There we go. Oh, good. That'll be good. That means it definitely will pay to wash it. That will soften the drape and everything. I was just thinking, Carolyn's mom, that's a big piece, though, to block. I'm not even sure I have that much floor space. I suppose it would fit on a... I know it'd fit on our king-size bed, but that's where we sleep. I don't know if it'd be dry. It would be dry in time. I'd have to pin it out on the bed and then go away for the weekend. Well, now there's a thought. Sorry, honey. We have to leave. It's going to have to be on the bed early in the morning with fans on. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I have an overhead fan. That would help. I'm so used to blocking things on a regular size bed that's the extra bed here in this room instead of our bed. But yeah, I could do that with the fan on. Oops. I need a pep talk here. I need to get this done today. My stomach's like, you need to go eat. I could come back to it later. I don't plan to do I never plan to do one of the meditation streams if I stream during the, stream a regular stream. So I hadn't planned to do that tonight. This is about what I would spend. Oh, Lord, there's too much here. There's too much here. Ow. Oh well. I'll stop and finish it later. I don't think my back wants to sit here much longer. Do this one little bit and be done. I could do that. Shakes palm. Thank you. Rah rah. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to take a little break and come back and finish. It might be a good idea.
So I will be back. was a good idea. Thank you, all crafty.
That was very much needed and a wise thing to suggest. And I think I can finish this now. Went to my go-to protein snacks. And that's not a protein bar. I'm not real fond of those. But one was a piece of provolone cheese. A couple weeks ago when we went to Ohio, we went into Amish country because I was going back to my hometown, and that's the area we passed through to go there is pretty nearby there, my hometown. And I got a quarter wheel of provolone and a quarter wheel of Swiss cheese there. Oh, it has been so good to eat. So those dairy cows they got, you know? And then I did a hard-boiled eggs, and I ate one of those. They have to be, to eat it like that, not make egg salad or whatever, it has to be very, very cold and very salted. That's what I did. Do you know that, yes, and all crafty, it was good for my back too, you are right, to walk a little. I also, yes, and I took some Tylenol for my back. Do you know that when you make hard-boiled eggs, it used to be when I made hard-boiled eggs, it was always hit and miss as to whether I could peel them or not. And I have been following a tip I read about a year ago where you put your eggs in your water, out of tap, bring it up to boil it 8 minutes. That's for your average hard boil. You can go less if you like a little softer, a little more if you like it really, really firm. The key, that has nothing to do with being able to peel it or not. The key is then at the time, when that time is done, at that immediate moment, you have an ice bath ready. So I have a bowl in my sink that I have put ice cubes in with, that I fill with cold water, and I just empty the hot water off the eggs and then slide those eggs into that ice bath, and they peel really well. That's the key. I was like, wow, I like that idea. So there's your tip for the day, your kitchen tip for the day. You have to do a grocery run, and I don't want to. Oh, I know that feeling. I always break mine up into, um, you know, oh, we got to have milk. So if I'm going to go get milk, I'll get maybe some more lettuce or, the fresh kind of stuff that doesn't hang around as much. And then, of course, there's always the grocery run that you have to go get the the stock stuff, right? The cat food, the toilet paper, the flour, sugar, coffee, the staples. And I have a grocery list going all the time. I'm sure everybody else does too. I need this. I need to get this. And when I am going to run in and get the things that, I need, then I go through that list real quick and I pick up about half of it. And then the next time I need to go for the same reason, I just pick up some more like that. I used to, because I was working, go once a month for that staple run, and it was massive and time consuming. I could always stop and get the stuff on the way home from work that we might need, that if we were going to have coffee, if we need coffee or something like that. But and when I say staple, I'm actually talking about things for the freeze. Excuse me, things for the freezer. Since hubby is a meat eater, a lot of the meals have to have meat of some kind. Alright, I always turn this on too fast. What is up with me? I'm not in that much of a hurry, but it ruins this draft every time I do that. I ruined it. To get it straightened out here. And I got too much twist. Crafty said, I did mine online a couple days ago and got my dad to pick them up because I'm quarantined. And yeah, you got... I like the online stuff. I just don't do it very often because I don't tend to buy a larger quantity. Okay, I got a mess here. Wonder if I'm going to have trouble with this bobbin not filling. Carolyn's mom says we need breakfast stuff for the boy. Lettuce, maybe milk, yeah. I take it school's back in session. Are you homeschooling? My grandson is going to public school for the first time in a number of years. He's doing well too, which is good. Alright, lesson wasn't learned the last time. Hopefully I learned it this time. Don't go so fast. School's been in session a couple weeks, yeah. Yeah. It started around the 19th of August here. I don't go to the grocery store near like I used to. I'm not real sure what it had to do with me working, except that I did pack a supper every night. But that's no different than eating a supper here. It was probably different foods. You don't cook when you're at work, right? So it's probably different foods, except for when I would eat leftovers of something I cooked. But I still keep a pretty well stocked shelf, living out in the country, especially wintertime. And that's what it was with me too. It was either on the way or on the way home, and that's true. I tend to do that. I used to do that. I don't anymore. That's another big difference. I also used to be able to shop all by myself, and now I have to shop with hubby. He always wants to go. I don't mind because he's the one that wants meat, and if he wants meat, he's gonna have to pay for it. My goodness, it's high, and I'm perfectly content not eating meat. But if he wants it, he can pay for it. That's fine. This is where I'm going to be so happy that I have this done and the yarn made, and so sad that I won't have this to spin anymore. It has been a wonderful spin. And you know what? I think it was just waiting. It's been in my stash for a while. I think it was just waiting for the nano because it's like the perfect thing to spin it on.
You guess if you're gonna go, you ought to go. Okay.
I will be around. I'll uh, be Wednesday morning for a chat one, Friday evening, and Sunday afternoon. Take care, everybody. Take care, Carowin. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And buy a treat. After all, you deserve it.
Well, hello, Risica.
Is that pretty good? Pretty close? Welcome. Many, many years. I first learned to spin back in the 1970s and put it aside for quite a while and then started back up again probably in the probably around 97, 98. Maybe no, a little earlier than that because I was doing podcasts I think in 93. So let's go back to maybe that mid 90s because I think that's when I started podcasting.
Good.
Welcome to the dark side. No, it's wonderful. It is a wonderful thing. What other crafts do you do right now? If you're a knitter, it's a natural extension of that. But sometimes fiber artists spinning get into it because they're just in general fiber artists.
Crochet, learning to knit, cross stitch, sewing, and
Um, okay, what's the last one with chainmail work, metal work?
it's like chainmail. Scale mail.
I'll have to look that up. I haven't seen that.
Do you stream? Oh, but with the dragon scales.
Oh, that's really neat. Sounds pretty.
Oh, you have a toddler and a newborn.
Oh my goodness. Bless your heart. You have no time.
You wouldn't have enough me time to stream even if you had a
Set up. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's good. But that sounds so interesting. I'll have to look that up online. It sounds really interesting. I'm a dragon nut. Dragon geek. I'm a dragon geek. I like dragons. Yeah, maybe someday they're gonna grow up. You don't believe it right now, probably, but I've only been streaming for a year. Like I said, I did all sorts of years, like 13, 14 years of podcasts talking about spinning, but I ran into the streams a year ago, July, when some of the people that I was in a group with, were streamers. And I was like, what's that? And okay, I was hooked after that. and said, I've been talking about spinning for years. People need to see it.
Hawcraft says, well, at least maybe you can get a few minutes here and there and enjoy other streamers.
Oh, blessed moments to yourself. But I'm sure time with your little ones is very, very precious too.
That'll be good. Do you want my Discord?
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna put it on here anyway, in case anybody else wants it. I would love to see pictures. My next project after I get done streaming and get my supper is to put some pictures on my Discord of the state fair. I've had that on my list to do, and I just never got to it this week, and I want to get it done. The thing about the textile department on the Kentucky State Fair is the quilts. It's a huge quilting state, and there are many quilts entered in the state fair. I could not begin to take pictures of all of them, but I can give you. I took pictures to give you an example of how many there are, and I took pictures of some of the best ones, the winners.
I don't want to put it in there. Uh-oh. Discord didn't do it.
What happened? Oh, I know what happened. I used a exclamation point. Sorry.
I need to do it this way. A command thing. I think. What's going on here? Okay. I wonder if I changed the link thing. You know, it's always something. It's always something. That worked before. Where's my cloud bot? Okay, you're going to see me staring at the screen here while I try to figure out what happened with this command. It's an exclamation point. Huh. Maybe the link expired. You grabbed it from the link in your... Okay, I'm glad that worked.
Good, thank you.
Meanwhile...
Poop on you, Twitch. I don't know why that didn't work, but good. Good job figuring that out. I have Discord open. As soon as I finish this little bit here, I'm going to open it and look at it. I just put that. We love pictures. We love we love photos. I just made that today because that's where I'm going to put the State Fair one. So thank you for opening that up and christening it. It's a good place to put it. I guess I need to check my chat commands. I probably have the link thing. Well, no, we were posting Ravelry links. I know it works. Oh, I'll never understand this. All right, let's go take a look at this.
Oh, your little ones are so cute. The newborn is crochet with scale, and the toddler one is jump rings and scale. That is really amazing. How'd you make it? I love her feet. Baby feet. How did you make it adjustable? Did you like sew side and shoulder things so that I'm closing that out. You know, along here so that it can expand that way? Sometimes the commands go down with no reason. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. What a clever idea. That is really, really cool. Your toddler looked happy about it. She looked happy anyway. Thank you. I love those pictures. Thank you for posting those. Aw, he was okay with wearing it once. It was on, but he hated me actually putting it on him. like, cat. He was being a cat. What are you doing to get this collar off me?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around how it can be crochet. You must be able to, like beads, put those scales onto the whatever you're using as a carrier to crochet with. Yeah, exactly like beads. Okay. I think I could. I think I would really get into that. I'm not so sure about the, working with the rings and all that because I just have not done it. I haven't even done jewelry work or anything like that.
And the front is just single crochet.
Yeah. This is it.
Oh, we're all crafty.
There you are, all crafty. You cheerleaded me on, both you and Karen's mom. I'm gonna finish it.
Riska says you have to make sure the hook is smaller than the holes of the
Scales. Okay. Makes sense. Just pulling your loop through a scale and doing a single crochet and laying it down. But that corset idea, tie in the back idea can work for adults too. I'm not going to get anything that big, but I would just adore having it as a trim somehow on a sweater, the pockets or something like that. I think that would just be really cool. Especially when you get it to lay down in a scale pattern. Or maybe have a motif in the sweater.
You post a couple pictures of the back from when I was test fitting it before the baby
Girl was born. Okay. This bobbin is very full. Not completely full, but it's gonna hold it though. This is it. Last strip. everybody. I hope everybody has a wonderful week, that it is restful and safe and full of wonderful things. Time to let go. You know, you hold on to that fiber and hold on to it and hold on to it, and then all of a sudden, you're done. And it's time to let go.
There's a moral in there somewhere, isn't there? Where's my full face here? So I'm going to say goodbye. And I will be back for the short meditative streams, which are not chat. They are just for you to have a chill point to watch me spin and listen to some good meditative music. Trying to do those every day. They're 30 minutes long. But my next scheduled chat one will be on Wednesday morning, and I will see you then. Yay, all crafty. Thank you for the support from everybody. I appreciate talking to you all. And take care. Bye. Oh, and I'm not going to raid today because I'm pooped and I don't want to sit here at the computer anymore. So we'll raid another time. Okay, now I'm going.